Hey, it's Gover with Old Ones with Dice. I'm here at Adepticon 2025 with Danny Block, founder of
Best hobby.
Best Hobbies, and they're putting out the Zeogenesis game. It's going to be on Gamfound April 29th.
29th.
29th. All right, maybe you can give me a little 10-minute overview of the game and then
Sure.
what kind of progress you've had in the last year or so.
Yep. So Zeogenesis is a scalable skirmish game, fast play, and basically we set out when we were making it to actually have a game people play. And that sounds ludicrous to say. Of course, people play games. Why are you making a game people play? We're specifically making a game that we feel was not, we weren't finding other places. So we love big, stompy armored suits, big armored suits. Not giant mechs, very human scale, where human pilots, you can clearly see them fitting in the suits, and having games that don't kind of drag out. So luckily we get to work with Andy Chambers, our game designer, 40K in the past, Battlefleet Gothic, Blood Red Skies, et cetera, et cetera. Andy's a wonderful, wonderful guy to work with. And getting our narrative by Gav Thorpe also came out of Games Workshop, same era. And we all kind of got together and set out to build something new. My contribution is I absolutely want to make things in hard plastic, multi-part models. So I've spent most of my time focused on getting the miniatures ready to be available in hard plastic because they're my happy place. But so in the last year, we've basically gone from a year. We've been doing this for about 3.5 years now. Last year was very much we could go if the plastics are ready. We would go. But plastics take time.
Yeah.
So we spent another year doing more iteration on the game presentation itself. So you can get the rule book available for free now, version 7 of the playtest book. You're basically looking at the final version of the game sans a cover. It's about 90% copy complete, about 80% art complete, missing a little bit of photography. And we've basically spent another year doing playtest feedback, while getting the miniatures into the pipeline. And the good news is, since then, we also talked to some really smart people who said, get off your high horse and have an STL tier. So we're also going to offer the game in the STL tier for the folks who prefer to print their own stuff. So I dearly, dearly love hard plastic, but not everybody loves hard plastic as much as me. So we should just respect what people want and actually offer STLs.
Now, where are you going to be getting the plastics produced?
We're making them ourselves.
Okay.
In North Carolina, in Raleigh. Basically, we built a small plastic facility where we do our own molding, we do our own injection, and then we'll do our own packaging as well.
Okay.
That's where most of my time goes. Let Andy and Gab be creative, and let me focus on making sure the widget that comes out of the machine.
Okay. All right. And so you, April 29th is the Gamfound launch.
Gamfound, and
usually it's about a month, about 4 weeks pledges.
So we're going to do 21 days.
21 days, okay.
Yep. And then we're going to ship the STL deliveries midsummer, probably late July.
Okay.
And then we're going to ship the physical hard plastic deliveries in December.
December. And that is a really fast turnaround for Gamfound. But if you're already set up,
that's the experience we want people to have. Is we don't want you to look up 2 years from now and say, I ordered that?
Right.
You'd be like, actually, playing the game while you wait. The rules will always be available free online. There'll always be some iteration of them coming along. You'll have the STL option sooner rather than later, so you'll actually be able to play something and not put the window so far out for plastics that you're waiting years and years.
Yeah.
The only reason we actually make stuff in the U.S. is I really want to actually make things myself.
Okay.
And during COVID, I saw people who I love who make games get really negatively impacted by shipping prices.
Right.
So it's like one of those things where I had the chance to set up something and build it here. There's no great movement of bringing manufacturing back on shore. It's nice that we talk about it, but no one really does it. And we're doing it at a small boutique scale because it really makes sense for making small scale miniature games.
Okay.
Right?
And it's full injection molded, or is it Siocast?
So we have both, but we are using full injection.
Okay.
So we have Siocast that we use to do some prototype work.
Okay.
We could use it for production work. That's a great machine, but we're actually doing HIPS, high impact polystyrene.
Okay. Excellent.
So we basically have 3 5-axis mills to cut molds. And then we have 5 injection machines that go from 35 up to 200 tons to do varying sizes of things.
Okay. So like any of these, so what are you expecting after everything goes full retail?
Yep.
So like like a box like this, which is a patrol group. What
Yep.
kind of retail costs are you looking at? Something like that then?
Generally, it's going to depend on how many sprues are in each box.
Yeah.
Typically, a Zeo unit is 1 to 2 small Zeos and 3 to 6 supports, which normal 32 mil to I figures.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we call a structure, a piece of terrain that has rules that goes with your forces. One of those is typically going to be somewhere between $60 and $80, depending on how many sprues are in it.
Okay.
So this is basically, two 60 mil base figures and 5 in this box, 5 32 mil base figures versus the 110 mil on the very end down there, bigger fella.
Oh, the big guy.
Yep. So that is a heavy Zeo. That will probably be multiple sprues, and that would be the higher end of the range. Generally, somewhere between $60 and $80, and each of them is a playable force.
Okay.
So, and that's really all you need to play the game because the rules are available online.
Okay.
So, we will gladly sell you a book, but you can also just get the rules for free.
Rules for free.
Yeah.
It's nice having the book. I'm of an age that I want to have a book in front of me.
Yeah.
I want to hold it.
Me too.
So-
but I also want I don't go anywhere
Without my
phone.
right, exactly.
So if I want to know something and I don't have my book, I should just be able to look, hit the button, and have, oh, that's what the rule is. Okay, cool.
Right.
And it pops up the exact text I'm looking for.
So no, I played it last year. I did the demos last year. I was real impressed. It's a very dynamic game. I like the surge mechanics. There was some really fun stuff in there, and I'm really excited to hear that you guys are. It's not, you're ready to go, and
and
I'm really excited about that. As fast, I'm used to. I do a Gamfound. It's like, it's going to be a year at best, 2 years. But yeah, bring in the United States. It does seem like most of the time it's like shipping from China doubled in price or manufacturing things
we're
like
just
that.
trying to avoid those things that we will never have any control over whatsoever.
Right.
There's no other agenda than it's an unknown.
Yeah.
And if I gave my word that we were going to do something on a day,
Yeah.
I want as few unknowns as possible. That's
Sure.
all.
No, I totally get that. Yeah. And then you're going with the STLs. And I'll probably do some of the STLs myself. That's I do a lot of STLs, but it is nice. Not everyone has it. Not everyone's comfortable with 3D printed models, and having high impact plastics definitely. I think it's going to be a great option.
Cool.
All right. I want to thank you for taking the time.
Hey, thank you.
Look forward to the launch in a few weeks here. All right. Thank you. Till next
Appreciate
time.
it.